This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, so how do I open macros now? How do I do that? So before that, we'll just go with few more theory part of it, and then do we have people to join class? Okay, so how do you activate macros? How is that you can work with VBA? Is open Excel. Okay, in the file here, so now you have home insert payload formula data review view. So in the file menu, you have the options. Okay, the last option. Click on that. In that, you have called customized ribbons. Okay, in the customized ribbon, to the right of customized ribbon, you have main tabs. Okay, in that you have a tab called developer. So developer is the tab where we will be working in VBA. Okay, click on developer and do OK. People who have joined late, if you when you have to work with VBA, we are supposed to activate one tab here, new tab. So that is how you will be activating it through. Go to file menu, options. In that options, you have customized ribbons. In that ribbons, you can add here. In the ribbon, you have right side, you have customize the ribbon. In that, you have something called developer. So developer is the tab in which we'll be working macros. So click and do OK. So beside view, you get another tab called developer. How do I open that? You can just click on that. Alt F11. You open the VBA work area. Alt F11. If you have Fn key in the keyboard, then Alt Fn F11. Okay, everybody found this sheet? I repeat for the people who did not. You have to go to the options. In file menu, go to options, click on options. In that, go to customize ribbons. In customized ribbons, right side, in the customized ribbon, you have an option called developer. Click on the developer. You get a developer option. In the sheet, Alt F11. Okay.
Ma'am, Alt
F11. Yes, Anusha. Anusha. Ma'am, I am not getting that option. Ma'am, it's not open. Can you please unmute and tell me what are the steps you're doing? What are the things you're doing?
Ma'am, I typed Alt F11, but it's not coming, ma'am.
Did
Actually,
you
nothing
take
is
the
happening.
Did you take the developer tab?
Yes, ma'am.
yes.
Can you share your screen?
Okay, ma'am. I'll do it.
I'll give you the access one second. Anusha,
Yes, ma'am.
M21LB0. Do you
02.
do it? Okay. Press
Can you
Alt
see my
plus
screen,
F11.
ma'am?
Yeah. Press Alt plus F11. F11.
Yes, ma'am. F11. It's not coming. Like
Can
nothing is.
you send me a picture in the group of your keyboard?
My keyboard picture, ma'am.
Yeah. Take a picture of the keyboard and send it to me.
I'll send it to the group, ma'am.
Anywhere it's fine. Everybody else got?
I've shared
No,
it, ma'am.
ma'am, mine is same problem.
One second. Beside the control key, you have a FN key.
Yes, ma'am.
Hold that,
Okay.
hold Alt, hold that,
Ma'am.
hold Alt, and then do F11.
I did, ma'am. It's not coming.
How is that? How is that? Why is that not coming? Second.
This is the sheet,
It's
ma'am.
come now. Correct. That's all.
Or I first pressed Alt, then FN, then F11, ma'am.
You are supposed to do it all three together, or hold FN and Alt, and then press that.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am.
Anybody else?
I also had not got the screen, ma'am.
Sorry,
Pooja Singh had also not
Yes,
Pooja,
got this.
ma'am.
you got it now, Pooja.
No, ma'am, it's not coming.
Um, you will share your screen.
Okay, ma'am.
Everybody else got? Only Anusha and Pooja. Okay. Now, okay. Do Alt F7 of Alt F11.
Ma'am, I do it not coming.
Send me the picture of the keyboard.
Yes, ma'am. I sent it, ma'am.
One second, I'll check. You also have FN. So you're supposed to hold FN, Alt, and F11.
F, what, ma'am?
Alt, FN key below that, beside control, left side. FN key, capital F and small n is there,
Yes,
see?
ma'am. FN key I hold, but it's not
Now
coming.
hold, no, together you should do FN, Alt, and then
F,
F11.
okay. FN, Alt, and F11 then.
Correct. Hold FN and Alt together, and then
Yes.
press F11.
No, ma'am, it's not.
You're not doing it simultaneously then. Hold FN, hold Alt.
Yes.
Now in the right
Yes.
hand do F11.
No, ma'am, it's not coming.
There is some lock there, Fn plus escape to lock the
No, ma'am,
Fn.
no,
Okay.
ma'am, it's a screen.
There is one more option. I'll show you that and you try that. In view, you can open
Okay,
macros. You can open this.
okay, ma'am.
But you have macros in your system. Okay. Only because of the keys, it is not working. But you have
Yes,
macros. Okay.
yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay. Now, this is what is the VBA screen which opened for you. You can see the word VBA screen open, right? You can see a word format file of mine. Okay. So, as when I explained you about in the initial class of Excel, were the components of Excel sheet. So, the components of a Visual Basis sheet. So, this is the menu bar. What you can see here is the menu bar. This is the standard toolbar. What tools you'll be using? Okay, this part is a standard toolbar. This is the object box. Object box means what you are adding will be seen here. Declaration, we call it as a procedure, where what procedure you have used, that in that this it will be shown in the declaration. This is the project exposure. It will be shown in whatever you're adding here, in which sheet you're adding, where you're adding. You've added modules. Modules is nothing but the sheets we work here in VBA. You've added modules. You're working in the same sheet. So where do you want the VBA codes to be put? So that is what the project exposure is. And the property window. Property window is for a sheet one. For example, for a sheet one, what are different changes you want to be done when you put a code window? So that is a property window for one particular wherever you're working in that particular property. It will be shown. That is nothing but like something like settings. Okay, that is what a property window is. And this is the code window where we will be putting all the codes, we'll be putting all the tags in this particular window. Just take a look and make point if you want to. Okay. Next, VBA development. What are those developments and what are same thing? The components. No, we have just given here. So Visual Basis editor you'll have, that is this part. Okay. And what are those components? You have project exposure, help system, code window. So Intel's property window, object browsers. So those are the browsers. Those are the one by one developments which was done just for your. So we call that as VBE, where we are working in. Okay. It looks like a notepad where you write your code. Visual Basis Editor is the tool used to create, modify, and somebody has messaged. And maintain Visual Basis for application, procedures, and modules in Microsoft application. So I told you whatever we work here, we call them as modules. We call them as forms. We create modules, we create forms, okay, here in Visual Basis. So by using macros in Excel, user can automate tasks by writing codes in the Visual Basis editor screen. So as I told you, whatever we want to run repeatedly, whatever we want to create it by ourselves, we'll be working that here in this particular editor. So Alt F11 where you can open that. So what does this project exposure consist of? To view the project window, click on view, select project exposure from the menu. This maybe I'll be doing it when we are working on. You can just select one of them and then you can see you to just click on in the project you have project explorer, you have the sheets. Now here, now example, when you click on one of the sheet, automatically what functions of in macros is being put, that particular will be seen on the code window. So what is a module? It is specialized sheet that server has contained for VBA codes. VBA development work will reside in one and more modules. So as I told you, whatever we'll be working into, we will be working in the module. So what must one module consist of? So a minimum thing which a module must consist. So as I told you, when we say a module is where you work. So, and I told you in VBA, what we'll be doing is we'll be doing more into codes only. So how do you put a code? So there are four things what must be there in a basic module. So what are those? First is the declaration. It includes variable and constant declaration. This is where what I want to add, what is that I will be working in. There are few things which are important when a particular procedure is there, where we have to start with the codes. Then you have the sub. What are these subs? Subs is nothing but a VBA code where we'll be adding these sub to give a particular complete a declaration. To complete the code, to start a code, we start with a sub, we end with a sub. Okay, so that is a routine which must be there when you're doing with a VBA module. Then you have the functions. What are the functions? Functions are where inside a sub, what is that you must add? What are you supposed to get a output on? So those functions you'll be adding in the functions. Remarks, if you want to give a program, like you yourself want to know what about program is, so you just put a remark. That is, it will not be seen in the Excel sheet, but you will be able to view the remark. Okay, but you will be able to see the remark. So what is a procedure? A procedure describes a unit of VBA code that automates a task. So basically, when you say VBA is nothing but to give you a automizing a particular set of data. That means to have a repetitive task. It stands alone segment to code that holds a series of VBA commands. So complete procedure is where it holds the above four contains. So the two most common kinds of sub procedures are function procedures. So these two must be there when you're doing with a program. Contain at least one of the procedure must be there. So comments in VBA. So as I told you, what remarks we'll be giving that in single quotes. When I give single quotes, as you remember when we are doing with Excel, when we have this text part, what we do is we give under double inverted commas, correct? So same way here, not like even here we will be using the same procedure how we did for functions. Double inverted commas for text, is to for the complete group, comma for an individual data. So the same procedure is followed. But here, if you want to write something about the procedure what we have done, we'll be putting that into single quotes. In the single quotes, when I put, automatically it will show me that whatever I have done in the above is what I have done. So when I put that into single quote, automatically that particular sentence changes the color. Okay. So to create a simple macro using a command button, Click on insert, select command. Wait, we'll do that. No, I'll show you how to put. Just take this part. Let's take this part. Done, class. Okay. Okay, now open Excel. One second. I'll open the. What is that? Who was that? Okay. Now, take a new file. Take a Excel file. Go to the developer option. In insert, you have an option called button. Okay, click on the button. Just
Ma'am, we
click and
can't
drag
see your
like
screen, ma'am.
1 second. Now you can see.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
In the developer tab, you have this option called insert. Go to insert, click on the button, click and drag and leave. Click on new. So this is what your screen appears. Pooja, did the screen appear now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Class, I will have all these. What I want you to do is I want you to close all your Excel files, okay, and open a new Excel file and do this what I did. Just close all your files, take a new and do what I did.
Ma'am, can you do it once again, ma'am? Because we couldn't see your screen. So,
Go to insert. Developer, you have got the developer tab, correct?
yes,
In
ma'am.
that, go to insert, click on insert. In the form control, you have an option called button. Click and drag, leave. You get this assign macro like this. I have these because I have all these macro in the opened files, but you will not get it. So you go to new. This is what new it, I mean, it'll appear like this. Here, see, sub is the first part of a text. I'm just explaining you this. Don't write anything. Sub is the first thing what you have to start when you give a VBA program. Beside that time, what you can see is button 3 underscore click. That is the file name. You can keep any file name you want. Okay, so this is the file name. After that, open and close parenthesis as we did for a function. So always when I start a sub, I end a sub. Whatever functions we will be writing inside the sub. I repeat, you will start a sub, end a sub. After a sub, you give a name, end the sub. Open close parenthesis says whatever will be written below this will be under that particular parenthesis. Okay, so we will be writing whatever we'll be writing under this sub and end sub. So we'll just give, like, when I press that particular button, I want some number, as I'm just very it's just the introduction part, it's just how you do, correct? So just put this, like A is equal to 10, B is equal to 20. So I've just given the addition. C is equal to, I'll change the numbers here. A is equal to 20. Sorry, C is equal to A plus B. So C will be A plus B. Where it will that C be? Message box is the code. That is because what we have put now, the button is called the message box. Okay, so message box, in message box is what? Whatever C is, that must appear in my message box. Okay, you can go here and run the program. Now, when I click on the message box, I get my answer. So 40 is the answer.
Ma'am, how to run it, ma'am?
Who is that? What do you want to write? I did not get you. Can you please?
Ma'am, how to run it, ma'am?
Alt F11 or come to the Excel sheet. So you will have sheets like this.
Okay, ma'am.
Hmm. You can also press run. See F5 for run. You come here. Do it again. You want me to do it again, class? Or you
Yes,
understood?
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am, for what?
Ma'am, could you do it again?
So go to the developer tab, insert tab, the button, click and drag. So here you come to assign macro, go to new, give, you can change the name you want. So what we will just give is A is equal to 50, B is equal to 10, C is equal to, I will give A minus B. So you can see here when you give message box, you get what is message box. Message box is C. That's all. So that is a function there. So message box is a function here. Now you do.
Ma'am, when I tried, I didn't get the new option in there.
You'll share your screen.
Yes, ma'am.
1 second. Mm, Go pick found you. You can share.
Okay. Can you see my screen now?
Yeah. Cancel this.
Okay.
Cancel. Now in put insert. Just give a name. Okay. What does that read? There is one option there, no? Gopika underscore. What does that read? That's your name. Oh, can you tell me what is the extension there? XLM,
XLSC macro one.
XLSC.
XLSX macro one.
Have you closed all the files and opened a new one?
The other one is open.
Close.
Is that why the okay?
Because we've already done macros there, no? So it might have not. Did it ask a option telling enable macro? It'll ask you a
No.
option, enable macros or not.
Okay. I'll close it and try it again.
Yeah.
Okay.
Others were able to do with the button.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Double click on that, what happens? Good. See, now it's come.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, same like that. Try with different options. In the message box only. Put minus, multiplication, divide.
Again, we can't see your screen.
No, I told you to add them. I'm not doing, I've not shared my screen. I've told you to add 3-4 buttons with multiplication, division, same kind. I told you to try. Okay. Okay. Now, there is the next set where you will be giving up in the buttons only where now, for example, what you did, you gave A is equal to 20, B is equal to 20, is equal to A plus B, and you gave the message box. Correct. Now, there is something called input box. What is this input box? Input box is where I will be giving some input and it will show me the answer. Now, as I gave A is equal to 20, I will not have to give A is equal to 20 only. Now, what happens in this button? Whenever I click on this button, which you have created before, you will always see 40 only as the answer. Correct. But I want to keep changing the integers. So then we will create this input box. Before that, we will convert this A, B, C as integer. That means I will keep changing the numbers. I will keep changing the numbers as and when it is required. So we will convert this as integers. How do I convert that? There is a function called dim. So I am changing the dimension of A, B, and C. I am changing the I am putting that particular function, dim function, and telling that dim a will be a integer, dim b will be a integer, dim c will be a integer, and then give a input box, and then apply the particulars. Yes, I have not shared the screen. I was just giving you the. So what you do for that, you do the same. Insert, put a button, click, drag. So this is the function which you'll apply. So dim A as integer, dim B as integer, dim C as integer. That is because we will be putting numbers in that. So A is equal to input box. Input box is the function. What is the function? I will show you the output, then you will get to know how a input box is seen. So it is under a button only. Now as a message box was there, same way you have a input box. Under a message box, you will have input box. That means message box will be seen. From there, you open a input box. I'll just show you the output. So you have this button. When I click on this button, this is the input box. What you can see here, no? This is the input box. Remember in the code I gave, A must be the input box. See, it is showing A's value. So I will give 30. I will do OK. B value is 50. So B is also the input box, which is the message box. Message box was C. So what total will be 80? So that is the message box. Okay. You want me to open
Ma'am, can you show us once again, ma'am?
Yeah, I will do it for button B, 4. Okay. So dim A as integer, dim B as integer, dim C as integer. And then you give A is equal to what in A you want to. So I want that in the input box. A, you can write it as, instead of A value, I'll write as give value. We can do it as part 1, marks 1 I'll give. Marks, I'll just give marks A. Now, open close parenthesis must be there. B is equal to input box. You remember data validation. In the input box, what we gave, what is to be seen, we gave in the input box. It's something like that only. So I want it as B marks. If I don't give a parenthesis, so it says it is separate because there is error. I did not give double inverted to just show you. Enter. C is what? C is equal to, I will give A into B. Okay. Now in the message box, I want the C. That's all. I will do F5. So A marks is 20, B marks. So 400 is the answer. 20 into 20. Put this both class. Do this. I'll just open one of them. Do this. See, do all of this. So you can give the first name, second name, write the first name, second name. Okay. So string means when you have text, it is in one length you have something, then it is a string. Integers when you have numbers. Are you getting confused? Able to do this? Very basic of VBA will be there. Do it class, I'll give you 2 minutes to all of this. Ma'am, it says cannot run the macros. Why is that? Is that because you have put the box correctly? You have put that under that particular module only? Or you have opened a new module? See where you have created a macro and where you are running the macros. That is also important. Macro values have stopped showing. Dhriti, you can share your screen. Dhriti, class, am I
Yes,
audible?
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Can you share your screen? What is it showing? What is the error?
Ma'am, I didn't put a value in the input box and I clicked enter by mistake, and after that it showed me some bug, and then I don't know, after that there's no values shown.
No, when you have a debug, it automatically shows where mistake you have done in yellow color.
Yes, ma'am. But it's the same thing. I put a equal to input box in brackets. I put a value. It's the same thing as B, but B there is no bug. It's only highlighted A.
You can show me?
Ma'am, I need to become.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll switch on my camera, ma'am. I'm using my phone.
It's very difficult for me to see from the camera. It's better you take a picture and send me.
Okay, ma'am.
Everybody else were able to do this? Input message, input box as well as the message box. 1 second, Rati. I'll get my phone. You didn't send. Maybe because you had put that, you had not put value before, that is why. Now try doing F5. What's happening?
Ma'am, try doing what?
F5 to run this.
Okay. Okay.
Is it
Yes,
showing
ma'am.
here, the input box?
Yeah, yes, ma'am, it's showing.
Then now the debug goes, because that is you had done once, no? So that is the
Yes, ma'am.
reason it was, yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So class, were you able to do this? Everyone put yes once done till the string part. Tomorrow's class will be going with range. What are those means? Now as you put input box, you put message box, it was shown in that, correct? Now in range, what happens? It goes, ma'am, can you share the string data? I'll take a picture and send it in the group. So what you do it in the range is you will be, whatever we put here, is that enough? Shilpa, you have doubt? You have doubt, Shilpa? What happens in range is we will be writing, whatever we write in the module here appears in our sheet cell. So that is what it appears in the range. We specify a range and that appears there. So that we will be doing tomorrow, because I don't want you to confuse much. So till today you were just clicking, you were just putting a function, automatically it would appear. But here you are supposed to do everything. So any doubt, we can you can come to me. So we can wind up the class. Okay, I take that as no. Then we'll just wind up the class. You don't have any doubts, correct? Okay. Shilpa, you have unmuted. I mean, you have not switched on the audio. That is why you're not able to unmute. Anyways, class, we'll see you tomorrow at 6:30. Bye bye. Good night.